Corey Lewandowski is with us, former Trump campaign manager, New York Times best-selling author. Corey, it is good to see you. Are we going to ever get general election Donald Trump?
Well, Leland, look, I think we're really there. You know, what did Donald Trump do yesterday? He went to two battleground states, states that are going to be critical in the general election. The general election has started. He is the de facto nominee. Joe Biden is the de facto nominee for the Democrats. The wild card continues to be, what does RFK pull? Look, he just made the ballot in another state. The question is, does his presence in those states where he's now on the ballot and he's picked his running mate, a far left progressive, how much impact does that have on those individuals who are unhappy both with Donald Trump and with Joe Biden? And it's very possible, and we've seen this in the past, a third-party candidate like a Ross Perot, who gets 20% of the vote, dooms the incumbent president and allows for the challenger to be successful. We could see a repeat just like we did in 1992.
Fair enough. Look, history rhymes. It doesn't necessarily repeat itself, but your point's well made. It could be 1992. It could be 1980. It could be 1968. All of these things are there. You say Donald Trump has moved into general election land. The idea, though, of calling illegal aliens animals, yes, he was referring to criminals, but then doubling down on bloodbath and this cycle, right, where he says something, he feels like he gets treated unfairly. There's the social media echo chamber. There's his friends calling. There's the TV echo chamber. And then he just keeps doubling down on it. How does that help convince swing voters that he's the guy that they want to have voted for in 2016, didn't vote for in 2020, but now they should vote for him in 2024?
You know, Leland, here's the thing. You know, Donald Trump used the word bloodbath. It's the exact same word that Joe Biden used talking about one of the presidential primary elections. And so, listen, if we're going to chastise Donald Trump for the language, then let's just be equal opportunists. But where are we really? Do the American people so much care about what Donald Trump says or about the record of accomplishments that he had when he was in office? It was just 3 short years ago where our enemies feared us around the world.
Corey, perfect point. So why not just talk about that record over and over and over again? Just the record.
And I think he will. Look, I think he will. You have to remember, Donald Trump has the opportunity to air grievances because I believe he's been wronged in the judicial system. Look, we know that he's now sitting for a case and he wants the opportunity to air grievances. And this notion, and I get it, that this transgender thing happens to be on Easter, the holiest of holy days for us Catholics, you know, the day that Jesus himself risen from the dead. And Joe Biden then goes out and says he never put out a statement on this. We know that to be factually inaccurate. It was disappointing timing at minimum and a slap in the face at maximum for us Christians. So, look, Joe Biden could have been honest and said, yes, that was the day it always falls on. I had no control over it. He could have chosen not to put out a statement on it, but he didn't. And then he lied about it. And when you're a practicing Catholic like I am and millions of others across the country, it's the holiest of holy days, Leland. And it's a day that should have been, you know, dedicated to Jesus himself who rose.
Well, we made the point here. It speaks to how difficult of a problem Joe Biden has with his base, that he couldn't either A, be honest about it, or B, somebody in the political shop on Thursday go, I think we want to hold off on making any statements, as you pointed out on Easter, because this is going to become a thing. But we know Donald Trump gets untreated fairly in the media. He's been talking about it since 2015. You've talked about it. He's a little bit, though, like a bull fighting a matador, and the matador waves the red flag. This is the media, and he charges at the red flag, and then the matador stabs him in the neck. And I'm wondering if at some point it wouldn't be easier politically or more beneficial politically to not keep charging at the red flag.
Leland, I'll tell you, in 2016, it's been a long time since I've been, you know, when we started this thing, I came up with this little thing. It was called Let Trump Be Trump. And, you know, it's very difficult for us political operatives to second guess a man who's had so much success in his life, whether in the business world, the television world, or now in the world of politics. So I say you let Trump be Trump, because the American people, and I've heard it thousands of times, right? Hey, if he just didn't say this on Twitter. Hey, if he just didn't do this. Hey, if he just didn't do that. Listen, people love Donald Trump for who he is, for the raw emotion that he brings to bear, for the unfiltered nature. And look, does it make some people angry? It sure does. But there's nobody who wants to have a school system that their kids can't be safe in, a country that they don't secure their borders in, and a place that you can't have an economic success story. So look, some people may not like the rhetoric of Donald Trump, but they love his policies, and they have an opportunity in November to go back to those policies of securing our border, letting our kids have a safe school system, and having economic freedom.
All right. Corey, thank you very much. I think you would add, let Trump be Trump, because trying to control him doesn't work either for a number of political operatives who have tried. It's good to see you. Appreciate it. Thank you.